What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man, you know what? We've been asking this question a long time. What would happen if Chris Bumstead competed in the open class? Now, this is not something that hasn't been done before. For example, back in the 80s, Frank Zane would compete against Bohemus, weighing 180 to 190 pounds and win. He won the Mr. Olympia with a svelte, aesthetic look. Now, Chris Bumstead, very large man, but if you compare him to IFBB pros, there's a huge size difference. However, with classic physique, he can only get so heavy to be within the parameters of the division. And I don't think anybody's going to argue that he is not the greatest classic physique competitor of all time. Yeah, it's a newer division, but Chris Bumstead has dominated that division, and he can continue to do it for as long as he wants. But what would happen if you took off, if you just took off all of the calibrators, if you just said, hey, Chris, you get as big as you want? Would it benefit his physique, or would what makes him great, which is his shape, his lines, his classic look, would he get out of control if he didn't have those breaks, if he didn't have those limitations? My thought is, I think Bumstead will be winning in the open category. I think he can place top 5 at the Olympia if he decides to do it. I don't think there's a better body in the world overall, right? Like, I do think the best genetics for anything is Keon. Keon has the best taper. He has the best midsection. He has the most bubbly muscles, but he's short. Chris Bumstead, the way he can carry all that mass on such a tall frame in comparison to other bodybuilders, yet still maintain those lines, that aesthetics. I think that Chris Bumstead will cause a reckoning in open bodybuilding. I think he'll make it better, where people will see that you don't have to play the size game. That is, unless Chris plays the size game. With that being said, I'm going to show you his announcement on Instagram. But before that, I would just really quick like to show you what we got going on at TigerFitness.com. Before we get going in this video, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on notification bell. If you're watching it live, the chat is open. But if you are not watching it live, I would like you to comment. That really helps the algorithm. But anyway, I want you guys to see this really quick. Go support us. Halloween week. And you're not going out to get candy. You're going out to get some gains. And we got gains for you at TigerFitness.com. Simply go to TigerFitness.com now and use coupon code TRICK, T-R-I-C-K, TRICK, to save 10% off site-wide, including. Okay, we'll go ahead and stop that real quick. Coupon code TRICK. But anyway, guys, check it out. I want to go over Chris Bumstead's picture. Okay, this is his post that announced him doing the Prague Pro. Y'all said I had a decent physique and should try competing. So I figured I'd give it a shot. One more run just for fun. Give the people what they want. 3 weeks out, the Prague Pro official open bodybuilding. I started my competing career in open bodybuilding with no expectations, just for the love of the sport. So why not finish in the same fashion? More info on his latest YouTube video. Guys, I really think he can win the damn thing. And I think he could keep winning in open. I don't see, if you line him up next to somebody, and yeah, you have more size, but does anybody in open come close to having Chris Bumstead's proportions? Does anybody in open come close to having Chris Bumstead's shape? Does anybody in open come close to having Chris Bumstead's conditioning? And I mean, this is a guy who has to make weight and then fill out. Imagine if he doesn't have to go through the rigors of making weight and he gets to just peak for the show, you will see the best Chris Bumstead you've ever seen. Now, the caveat is if Hani and Chris decide to play the size game, no, here's the strategy, Chris. You play your game. You go in there and you run the show. You are Chris Bumstead. You do what you need to do to be the best Chris Bumstead. Compete against yourself. Don't worry about other mass monsters. Don't worry about playing the size game. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just go in there and be the best Chris Bumstead that you can possibly be. That doesn't mean get bigger. That doesn't mean get bloated. That doesn't mean try and gain 40 pounds of muscle. That means take the package that got you to the dance, that made you the greatest classic physique competitor of all time. Take it to that open stage. Don't worry about how much you weigh. Just come in the best you can. Not worried about weight, but getting shredded, getting conditioned. Man. So here's a good chat. How much muscle weight could he gain in 3 weeks? So it's not about muscle. You can throw all the drugs in the world. I don't think Chris Bumstead's going to gain much muscle. What I do think is you're going to see a fuller. You're going to see a more peaked Chris Bumstead. Remember, they weigh in and then they have a limited amount of time to fully replete. So Chris Bumstead has to lose fluid, intracellular fluid, and then do his best to bring that back in time for the show. And remember, Chris Bumstead does have a health condition. So that is something he has to look at. And that's another concern I have. I don't remember what his health condition is. Let me look it up. Chris Bumstead. And he has a condition, something kidney. Okay, let me look it up. Here we go. Let's go ahead and share this tab. So Chris Bumstead has IgA nephropathy, an autoimmune disease. He manages his condition through careful diet, consistent medical care, and adapting his training regimen. So what is this? I'm gonna look up what this is for you guys. So this is what concerns me. If he pushes it harder, I want Chris to retire ASAP. I don't want him to get sick. I don't want him to have any health ramifications. But if he already has this, and it's a kidney disease, and if you understand kidney diseases, like a lot of times that's what gets bodybuilders. So from the National Institute of Health, it is an autoimmune disease that occurs when clumps of antibodies are deposited in your kidneys, causing inflammation and kidney damage. Clumps of IgA and other antibodies damage the glomeruli, tiny blood vessels in your kidneys that filter blood, causing your kidneys to leak blood and protein into your urine. The damage may also lead to the scarring of nephrons, the filtering units where the glomeruli are located. So complications can be high blood pressure, which is another thing that takes bodybuilders out. Chronic kidney disease, the loss of kidney function, another thing that takes bodybuilders out. Nephrotic syndrome, which a group of symptoms that point to kidney damage, high urine protein levels, low blood protein levels, high levels of cholesterol and lipids in your blood. Again, those are things that steroids also have implications on, right? Kidney failure. So I just hope, because I mean, you got to get dry. You got to get lean. So I just hope that what he's doing now does not have many negative implications on his health. Again, bodybuilding is not healthy to begin with. If you throw in the fact that he already has a kidney condition and you're potentially taking diuretics or even just losing so much weight that your subcutaneous fat is so low that your body is not going to hold on to as much water, I would assume, I could be wrong, I'm not a doctor, I would assume that the strain on his kidneys from simply getting in contest shape would be amplified by this disease. If I'm mistaken, let me know. Excuse me, I'm still getting over something. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But man, I can't wait to see it. I think he's going to win the fucking show. I don't think there's anyone who's competing there. Who the hell is competing at the Prague Pro? That's a good question. Who is competing at the 2024 Prague Pro? All right. Well, C-Bum comes up first. See if Fitness Volt has it. I can't find the competitor list. Let's see. Let me try 2024 Prague Pro Competitor list. Man, it's all just Chris Bumstead stuff. I don't see a list of people who are scheduled to compete there. And if you have a link, put it in the chat. But I don't see a list. I don't see a list yet. I don't know who's competing. But man, I can't wait to watch it. I don't think he'll be one and done. If he wins this thing, he's not done competing. He's going to keep doing it. Because he's a competitor. And that's what competitors do. That is what competitors do. So let's read the chat, and then we'll get on to the next topic. I think he is pretty tall compared to the competition here. I agree. He's pretty tall. Yeah, if Martin Fitzwater's doing it, that's going to be a battle. I think Martin can beat him. Sean Clarita is doing it. Well, that's like, remember back in the day, they had Lou Ferrigno. What was that little Italian guy's name? And they battled, and it was awesome. I don't think he beats Martin. I think it'll be a damn good show. Brandeo might do it. Awesome. Will this lead him in competing more open contests? I think if he wins, yes. And if he loses, he'll definitely want to do it because he wants to prove himself he can win. Martin Fitzwater and Sean Clarita. So Martin, I see being very challenging. Sean Clarita, man, you're looking at two completely different bodies, from height to shape to all that shit. It's crazy. Wow. What a show. So let's get on to the next topic, guys. So this is something I actually saw this morning that was fascinating. And it just shows you that what you see on Instagram isn't always what happened. I saw this on Greg Doucette's. So let's go ahead and bring this up. So apparently, Brian DeCosta is in this relationship with another social media influencer. So they're having some relationship issues. So of course, what she does, because that's what they do, is she takes it to social media, because there's no such thing as privacy anymore. There's no such thing as not airing your dirty laundry in public. So here's what it is.
Do you want me to not pack? And I'll pack.
I already told you I didn't want to break up. Don't ask me any more fucking questions about what I want. You told me you want to leave me, so fucking leave.
And at this point, I know our relationship needs to end.
And so he stayed with her for another month.
So, guys, I don't know much about this issue, but I just want to say, my wife and I have had marriage problems, right? But you guys don't know that because it's our marriage. Whatever happened to keeping your private shit private? What is wrong with these social media people? What is wrong with them?
to his side of the story. And so what people tend to do is they quickly jump to conclusions.
So what happened is she posted he was abusive, he punches holes in walls, all this stuff. And he's like, I didn't do that. So she's deleting comments of people saying that's not what happened. So now he has to go on the defensive and say, hey, I didn't do that shit. So now he's getting tarnished. The pity parties come out for her.
Person says one thing and everyone says, yep, what's happening. And my personal opinion is people who lie, you fabricate a story to damage somebody's reputation, you should go to jail. We are way too lenient on when people make accusations falsely. SARMs, peptides, anything. She would be outing. He's a natural world champion bodybuilder who's accused of physically doing horrible things to his ex, another fitness influencer, Erin Kindly. And so she talks about the evidence of name calling and so on. But the worst part of it was what he did to her physically. She states they broke up a couple of weeks ago. I've been seeing her take her followers through her healing journey. This woman wanted me desperately.
Sharing it to people who are siding with her, because people are taking what she has shared falsely at face value and jumping to conclusions without hearing full context of what happened. And I can't stay silent while this is happening.
So here's what happened. So they finally break up. They're living together. I don't know if their house was in shambles because someone was moving, but guys, clean your fucking house. Number one, you can't have a good relationship with a house that messy. Come on, guys. Number two, why would she put this out in public?
And affecting my whole life and the potential of my career. So I have the full video linked right here. Any help would be appreciated. And I appreciate all the kind messages that I'm being sent right now. Very tough time.
So the problem is we're in this believe all women society. So if women want to go out and falsely accuse men, not only does it undermine women who are rightfully abused and need help, but it also puts the man in a tough spot where he has to defend himself. And it's always guilty until proven innocent in these situations. So my man Brian had to come out like, yo, I didn't do that shit.
Announce to the world every bad thing you've ever done. Every negative word, everything.
Greg's right. If you're in a relationship and you get in arguments, you say some shit that you wouldn't want anybody to hear. You do. So what you have to do is, if my wife recorded every time we got in an argument, you guys would think I'm insane. We have the happiest marriage you've ever seen. But we're humans. We don't always get along. Maybe 1 out of every 10 days we'll have a little tiff, a little argument. Maybe a kid does something stupid. Maybe we don't agree on how to raise our children. Maybe whatever. Like maybe we're arguing over finances. Like it happens.
Imagine being that person.
Erin and I went to a cooking class this evening. It was either a Friday or Saturday night, and we got in a disagreement in the car. And I believe Erin made a comment or a snarky comment about something I posted on my Instagram story. I was the winner of a 5K, and a girl in a pageant dress was handing me a trophy. I think she made a comment like, is that your girlfriend or something? Either way, she may have not meant anything by it, but it bothered me, and we started to get into a disagreement that eventually got quite heightened. And
so dude gets a picture, right, of a high school. I'm guessing he's way past high school. And she just makes a comment. He's like, what are you talking about, bro?
in the vehicle, it divulged into name calling. She claims that I screamed F you to her.
So I'll say, my wife and I have had FUs back and forth hundreds of times. But you guys don't see that because it's our relationship. She's Italian. They are very spicy people.
I did not do this. All I heard is her scream F you to me. So then I yelled it back at her.
So here's what's fascinating. What kind of relationship are you in when you're recording what your spouse or your significant other is saying?
I'm not talking to you. I'll talk to you in the morning.
About what?
I'll talk to you in the morning. You said F you out of nowhere. I told her I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you in the morning.
So that's actually not a bad move by him. She's going nuts. He's like, bro, I'm out. Like, I'm out. I got to go. But if you've ever been with a woman, I'm not saying all of them do this. If it is not resolved, they will find your ass. So she comes down to the basement like an hour later, like, yo, it just starts going nuts because it's festering in her.
And I go downstairs, shut off the lights to the basement, to the bedroom, shut the door, and I'm going to go to bed.
And so he literally has the recording. They're talking, they're arguing.
You're way bigger than me, way stronger than me. You're sitting there holding the door shut. I'm literally trying to get in. I tried to open a fucking door in our house that we live in together.
Yes, and I told you I did not feel
It
safe.
doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. She opens
This sounds like she's the one abusing him.
the door and gets it about 6 inches open, at which point I'm on the other side of the door and I'm holding it shut. And I'm telling her, Aaron, do not come in this room. I don't feel safe. Please leave me alone.
And so he's saying, look.
So he didn't want her to beat his ass or he would be forced to retaliate. God, the chat is off the chain now. I'm going to read these comments later. They're amazing. Guys, if you're watching this not live, this is funny as shit. Huh, you guys are nuts.
I don't feel safe. He holds the door and
Her leg in the doorway in between the door frame and the door itself. So I can't shut the door without like crushing her leg. Like her leg was in the way. So I'm just holding it shut. It's like 6 inches open and we're in this stalemate for 2 or 3 minutes, maybe up to 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm just literally repeating the same thing constantly.
Can you imagine holding a door for 4 to 5 minutes? Like that must have seemed like eternity. Like she was having a breakdown. Dude, these Instagram girls are fucking nuts.
I'm filming, she's filming. I'm saying, please leave me alone. Do not come in.
Dude, why does everybody film everything? This social media generation is out of control. Out of control. Unless I'm doing a vlog, nobody knows anything about my house other than we're happy. My kids excel at sports and we like cooking things on the Traeger.
In this room, I do not feel safe. And she's giving probably a 30 or 40% effort to open this door.
If you're in a relationship where you need to record things for evidence, chances are you probably shouldn't be in that relationship.
Putting a good amount of pressure on the door, but not so much that I can't keep it closed with my body weight. I'm not letting her in the room. I don't want to engage. And I don't understand why she's trying to continue this situation at this point. Clearly, she's very upset. Then she kicks it up a notch to literally 100% effort. After, like I said, about 3 minutes, she starts full on barging the door with her elbow, pushing me out of the way.
Okay, this woman is unstable. But have you ever seen the video on the Crazy Hot Matrix? She's hot. So the hotter the girl, the crazier, right? So she's not a unicorn. There's no such thing as being hot and not being crazy. So if you get with one of these fitfluencers that are hot, chances are she's fucking nuts.
Trying to get into the room. Like I said, the door was about 6 inches open and she is with all of her might just trying to force me out of the way and get into the bedroom. And she's starting to succeed at this. In response to this, I pushed her out of the door and immediately slammed the door and dragged a big dresser that I had at the base of the bed up.
Dude, my man pulled a Ghostbusters on her ass. Remember that scene from the Ghostbusters where they had to barricade the door? I'm old, I'm sorry.
Against the door, so she couldn't get in the door. When I pushed her,
I like how they document everything. Does anybody do anything without fucking recording it? Does anybody do anything without a fucking phone camera?
out of the room, she fell into a wall that's like 3 or 4 feet away from the door itself and hit her shoulder on the drywall.
He's like, get your ass out of here. Pow. Fuck out of here.
Put a little hole in the drywall and fell on the floor.
Bro, to put a hole in the drywall, like she hit the wall pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
And I think she got a bit of a rug burn on her back, like down her back. And I'm in the bedroom at this point. I slammed the door. And I believe she has a video of this that she hasn't put out yet. But
so
she's
my man is getting ahead of the video. Good job. That's how you do it. Just let it out. Bro, she has a video of me throwing her in the wall.
Crying, extremely upset.
And so she's trying to get in the room. He's trying to prevent
Greg's
her
got
from
a great
going.
take on this. Watch his video.
Tries to get into the bedroom again, forcefully trying to open the door. It's not budging because there's a dresser in front of it.
And so he blocks the door. He's got the dresser. He's preventing her from coming in. She's
He's
using
trying to
her
prevent
weight,
more
trying
violence.
to push through this door, and she's not getting
here's
it.
more
30
video
minutes later or
recordings.
so, 20, 30 minutes. Fortunately, the end of it at night.
Literally, you did not need to fucking push me into a wall. You could have just shut the door.
Bro, she's setting his ass up, man. She's like instigating it, then filming when he's just trying not to get hit. He's like, get away, pushes her so she doesn't hit him. And then she flies into a wall, puts her shoulder through it. And she's like, oh my God, he threw me into a wall for no reason.
I couldn't shut the door, Aaron. You were shoving yourself into the door.
Okay, Brian.
I could not
You
shut the
literally
door.
are infinitely so much stronger than me, and you're really trying to sit here and convince me that you
Bro, I don't want to turn this political, but I'm pretty sure she's voting for Kamala.
couldn't shut the door.
I
Should
couldn't.
we test it right now? And I'll push
No.
with all my fucking might, and you'll push with all your might, and we'll see if you can shut the door.
Aaron, I
Are
could
you
not-
fucking crazy?
I could not shut the door because your leg was in the door.
I get up in the morning and I go upstairs and start going about my day. Go into the master bedroom where she slept that night because all of my toiletries, the bathroom's in there. I was going to shower, start my day. We start talking back and forth again. She says, I can't believe what you did to me last night. And I explained to her, Aaron, you were the aggressor in that situation.
There's more recordings.
It didn't make sense to me.
You don't even have the videos, and I know you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You should look at your camera roll right now. They're not there.
Guys, I know I sound like an old fuddy-dud, but imagine living your life with a social media influencer that you know that they're recording you to put you on blast. God forbid anything goes wrong. I know you have the video. No, I have the videos. No, you have the videos. No, I have the videos. I'm putting a fucking Google security system, putting cameras up in that bitch. I'm monitoring everything.
You don't even have those videos, and I know you don't. Look at your phone right now. How many of you raise your hand right now, think that she's just making this up, that she doesn't actually know, that she's just pretending? How many of you think that she knows because somehow she's already looked?
In my
I sneak in
videos?
the room, you literally had the room barricaded. I literally stood up here with this pushed against
All the
that.
videos that I had last night are not on here anymore. Why are they
Because
not?
when I literally said when I looked at your camera, and it's literally in my video.
Aaron, all the videos that I had last night that are not on my
When
phone
you
anymore.
Are voice
No,
recording, you can't video record.
No, I was video recording.
No, you weren't.
I was watching them back on my phone. You went downstairs and deleted them off my phone.
How did I go downstairs and delete them when you literally barricaded? Could not open the door.
You got a good point.
Why did you do that?
I didn't delete your videos, Brian.
You deleted all the videos that were on my
Yeah.
phone.
Okay, Brian. I deleted the videos off of your phone that I haven't even been around you for.
I had 4 videos on my phone
Oh my
last
God.
night that I watched last night.
This is so bad.
That I
Like,
watched,
this is the worst
and they
relationship
are no-
ever.
Videos.
Aaron, is the fact that you went to a level to delete my side of the story.
Remember, he's continuing to record all their conversations because he needs to prove that he's innocent. And thank goodness that he did.
Also, the last video that you have is fucking terrible. You literally positioned to make it look like I'm trying to break into this fucking
Where are
room
the
while you have this
show those
terrified dog.
videos?
The dog is scared because you literally just threw me against.
Continues.
I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. I want to just get this stuff out of
Bro, these people are fucking slobs. Fucking clean your house. Jesus Christ. No wonder they're fighting. They can't even clean their what is going on? This looks like my 11-year-old's room if I didn't make him clean it.
the room.
Never will.
I want to get this stuff out of the room.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You want to leave so fucking bad. Get out. Run away. Go live your happy little life without me. You got it. You win. I'm sure you're better off
Crazy hot matrix. This is the crazy hot matrix.
on the other side. Definitely living a better life.
And so here's the problem. When you're living with someone and you break up, somebody has to leave the house. Proof that he's in fact not natural. Would she not have recorded it?
Aaron, this made it so much easier for me to
Cool.
get out of here, honestly.
Awesome.
Like, this is insane.
Yeah, you've made it so easy for me too. You literally told me that you feel stuck in this relationship and that you didn't want to stay with me all day, yet you asked me to go on a walk. You're the most-
Why do you keep bringing up a walk? I thought it was a nice gesture to, like, let's get fresh air. Let's go
I'm
outside.
gonna dump you, and then I'm gonna give you a nice gesture of asking you to go on a fucking walk. But you don't even have the fucking decency to actually dump me. You just said it in a way that I had to like take it out of fucking context.
They're recording everything. She has her phone right now. Oh my God. That is crazy. Like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong? Just fucking Jesus Christ.
Aaron,
You ask me if I want to break up, I say no. You don't even break up with me. It's just supposed to be like expected that I knew we were broken up, leaving that conversation. And then you understand why I'm so mad. I thought me sending you that text was a nice, like, hey, Bridgeway text for us to come home and like try to work things out and move through things. Yet, me,
All right, I'll get to one more.
leave. You are making this choice. Don't ask me.
Oh, dude, crazy hot
Why do you
matrix.
keep asking me these
This
questions?
is proof of the crazy hot matrix.
Aaron, I don't know.
you want to know why I can't make it work and why I can't move forward.
No, I want to know why you.
It's because
My God, there's more.
why you
Breaking up with me. That's not what that was. That's not what it was when you were asking me to go on a walk. If you had just broken up with me, you're not going upstairs to ask me to go on a walk. You're like packing your stuff.
So here's the deal. I have this theory. If you have kids and you're having problems, you should do whatever it takes to make it work. Period. My wife and I did that. We went to counseling and everything. We have the best marriage ever. The best marriage you can imagine. We work together every day. We have a great life, great children, very healthy relationship. But it wasn't always that way. We had to work on it. If you don't have children, if you are not married, and this is happening, just stop. Find somebody that you can live with that this will not happen with. Obviously, her alone, she might be awesome. Him alone, he might be awesome. But together, it's toxic. So if you have that kind of a toxic dynamic in your relationship, cut it. Cut it. Again, I am Mr. Conservative, nuclear family. If you can keep the family together and have a dual parent household, do it. Do it. But do it before you have kids. If you're going to break up, do it before you have kids. Once you have kids, it will not get better. Trust me, I've been there. It will get worse. Then it's going to be that much harder to fix. Look, I don't believe that there's a special person for everyone. I don't believe that God created one person for another person. It's all about compatibility. These two are not compatible. They are toxic. With that being said, let's go to the chat. Oh, God. Oh, let's get up. Ooh, there's a lot of chats. Okay. This is about Bumstead. He can only get so full, back legs too small. We'll see when he's compared to these beasts, right? Without the recording, you wouldn't know the truth. It's a double-edged sword. Touche. I agree. From my back is broken. Yeah, fuck that. I had a toxic relationship like that for 2 years. Thank God I got out. It got to a point where I would have to record conversations every time I step foot in the house. Yeah, you just got to leave immediately. CBBC. My wife lets me record regular sex, but not anal. Seems like a reasonable gesture. From Ghost Tales and Chill. Talking about Mike Van Wyck. We need 45 more videos on the matter. I think I've had enough of Mike Van Wyck. I think I might push myself in the throat if I do another video. From Howard Condo Man. You should enter the show, Mark. Make it real smorgasbord. Sean Clarita, Fitzwater, Bumstead, and Mark Lobliner. I'm not flying to the Czech Republic for a show. There's plenty of shows here. CBBC, holding the door, super sad. It's very nice. Curtis, it's usually a red flag if your girl has an active social media account. Not gonna lie, my wife doesn't do social media. It's very refreshing. My back is broken. True, LOL, I only put up with my ex because she was hot as fuck. It's an even trade-off. From X on Grid, I need to inject my steroids now and do my shoulder workout so I can hold my woman out of my house tonight. Same. Sounds like some CrossFit training. She's definitely voting for Comrade Kamala. My back is broken again. They both need to just move on, bro. This shit is not healthy. Yep, you're telling me. They're both sponsored by Better Health. Well, they need better mental health. I'll tell you that much. From X on Grid, he's probably too scared to clean. She's like, don't fucking pick the clothes up. Do you think a grandma test is enough to hold her out of the house 12 hours a day? I think you might need some EPO for that one. From Howard, kind of shows that Brian has been natty for 3 years if she didn't mention anything to the contrary. Yes. Bro, I would just walk out, fuck all my personal belongings. I need sanity. Amen. From CBBC, the anal sex guy, they should make a sex tape with a tranny. I don't see that being a bad idea. From X on Grid, take her for a walk and lose her. Oops, like she just vanished. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be live tomorrow. Daily Fit, working up. We're on episode 13. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, click on notification bell, go to tigerfitness.com, support us, coupon code TRICK, get you 10% off this week. Have a blessed rest of It's Halloween week, and you're not going out to get candy. You're going out to get some gains. And we got gains for you at tigerfitness.com. Simply go to tigerfitness.com now and use coupon code TRICK, 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 to save 10% off site-wide, including MTS Nutrition, Creapure Creatine, the best creatine you can buy, the one that studies are on, the one that's from Germany, not that cheap Chinese stuff. Anyway, go to tigerfitness.com, use coupon code TRICK, and save now.